We're going to stay then again on the theme of climate change, because here in Europe, the heat wave is continuing to ravage several parts in the south of the continent, and it's obviously taking center stage in the papers today. Diptyka Laurent is here to take a look.
Well, Aaron, that heat wave leaving many parts of Greece, Italy and Spain under sweltering 40-degree heat, above 40-degree heat. In fact, on the front page of the Financial Times today, you see this picture here that really sums it up. This child's family was forced to evacuate their home around the Greek capital of Athens. The heat wave Cerberus is actually named for Hades' hound. That's been followed by another heat wave, the heat wave of Charon, named for the figure who takes people to hell. So you really get the sort of symbolism in the names of these heat waves. It does feel very hellish under the European sun right now. The Daily Mirror also using that picture there. You see a sort of different version of it, but the same child on the front page. And here the Daily Mirror says that this is the terrifying reality of today's climate crisis. The planet is burning up. Climate change, drought, fires, these are silent killers. That's what Tanea, that's a Greek daily, says on its front page, including and also evokes some terrifying statistics like 52-degree heat recently recorded in the west of China. Here in France, meanwhile, L'Humanité is looking at the 20-year, a very sad 20-year anniversary since the devastating heat wave in 2003, which killed 15,000 people in France at the time. What have we done? What's been done in the past 20 years? The paper asks, it says, okay, there are certain measures that have been put into place, like a heat warning system, but the paper says the really strong measures are still lacking in trying to combat these kind of heat waves going forward in France.
Oh, the more terrifying given what's certainly to come. All right, Dipty, we'll change gears now and talk about the Tour de France, where Danish rider Jonas Vingegaard has established his dominance in the individual time trial.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. His face and his exploits have been dominating news and sports front pages today. Jonas Vingegaard more than established his dominance, blowing his rival Tadej Pogačar out of the water yesterday in the individual time trial stage of the Tour de France at Combloux. He's established an overall lead of 1 minute 48 going into Wednesday's final Alpine stage. Crazy, that's what this Danish paper says, Ekstrabladet, on its front page. Here you see using a headline that loosely uses a play on words. The French sports paper L'Equipe says he's from another planet, or he's out of this planet. It says rather impressed on its front page. And Le Parisien probably sums up what many of his rivals are wondering today. How did he do it? Staying with sports then, though, let's show you also a great cartoon strip from The Guardian today. It's from cartoonist David Squires, and it looks at the key moments in the Women's World Cup. He's actually sort of put together a series of comic strips that look at some key moments. You have this one starting, this was the last World Cup which the US won, but he also goes back to 1991 when the first World Cup was held. Chinese footballer Mali scored the competition's first ever goal. Then moving forward to 1999 with the most famous image in the competition's history, that of US footballer Brandi Chastain taking her jersey off to celebrate the US winning the World Cup in front of home fans and inspiring a generation of young footballers in the process.
Well, that brings you up to date once again. Do stay tuned if you missed anything at all. There's more news and analysis to come here on France 24.